Hi there, it's the great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, Nick Dutch here yet again. Yes, that is just my introduction. I have no faith at all that I'm going to become rich or famous or powerful or anything. I could come here on the camera with you today and just say, "Hi, Nick here, how's that?" And I think that will probably bore you something rotten. You'd think, I'm wasting my time watching this shit, okay? So I'm therefore going to go, "Hi there, it's the great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, Nick Dutch here yet again, coming back at you with more cool stuff," you know what I mean? That's what I'm doing. Right now, this is like chilling out before bed-like moments. Now what I thought I'd do is cover some things I've probably covered before, but just want to go over it again. Namely, training exercises. People who are interested in the supernatural want to learn how they can somehow get good at doing strange stuff. Alright, just get good at doing strange stuff. One of the intellectual errors is to assume that there is some kind of rigid formula to be able to achieve a particular phenomenon. Well, not necessarily. You've got to have a look at all the various different traditions and work out what aspects of those traditions you might want to use. I'm building a playlist on my channel, which you can probably access either through the playlist button at the top of my channel, or possibly down below on the list of playlists, which is the Psyche Truth series on Magick. They haven't done all the episodes there yet on the date when I'm making this video, but when all of them are out there, they'll all be collated in that little file. And I would recommend you watch all of them, because that will give you some idea of structures and concepts that you can incorporate into your own supernaturalist practice. But what about training? Training yourself. Well, what is a training thing, or what is an exercise thing? Well, an exercise is something that you do to start building up some skills. You don't necessarily do an exercise to be an experiment. You don't necessarily do an exercise to immediately or instantly become a multimillionaire. The way I see this stuff is you're training your brain to work in a slightly different way. Now, I've told you about this thing called neuroplasticity before, which means if you do an exercise enough over a period of about 3 months, the brain will actually change in structure. And this has been proven in scientific, laboratory tests. So if you do meditation, let's say half an hour's worth every single day for 90 days, your brain will be a different structure, shape, size, whatever, in different parts of it, bigger or smaller and all the rest of it, than it was before you did that. That is natural science proven. That's not pseudoscience, that's not New Age stuff, that's natural science proven. Now, my subjective experience suggests that the more you do this kind of stuff and incorporate into it the visualization, breathing, and the rest of it, you can start to reach a level which in occult terms is called concentration. And in this particular context, because that's a different context than like when you're concentrating on writing an essay or when you're concentrating on drawing a pretty picture, alright? It's a different context entirely. In this particular context, it's like a variety of singularity or focus of the mind. And it feels very different to other forms of concentration because you're in a meditative or hypnotic state. Alright? And the only real way for you to experience that is for you to do a lot of meditation. And of course the extension of meditation, which is prayer, in which you're adding other subjects, other ideas into the mix, such as the presence of God or a God, and or spirits and or angels, which you build up in your mind to the point whereby you could say, in inverted commas, you believe in them. To a degree. Alright, and especially when you're doing your religious ritual type stuff. But remember, it's training. So if you were to become someone who does a lot of circle casting in the Wiccan tradition, you can probably find that in the Witch's Bible, or if you haven't already done much in the way of ceremonial or ritual stuff, look it up somewhere. Alright, I'm not going to go into that now. If you're on YouTube, you can search various different videos and you can find it on YouTube, okay? You can practice that. That's another prayerful exercise. That's another meditative exercise if done in a meditative state. If you practice that a lot, that's going to have a similar effect. Not quite the same as if you were doing a different type of meditation exercise, because every single time you do a different type of exercise with different ideas which you're putting in your mind, that will, one can extrapolate, have a different effect on the structure of your brain afterwards. So the exercises that you're training yourself in will have an effect upon the variety of phenomena which you can then do afterwards. But you've got to keep it up. It's a discipline. So you don't have to be a religious person, but you're still using religious exercises. Which sounds weird and it sounds hypocritical, but I think that's probably my only hypocrisy in the videos I'm doing here. Okay, as usual, comment, subscribe, rate, all the rest of that. Look forward to speaking to you yet again. Good fortune, God and all, Goddess, bless one and all.